how much damage he can do. And there's still another buff on the way, maybe. We'll see if that's gonna get returned, though.
Yeah, but for now, we're gonna have Galena versus Death Knight. It's gonna be a fun game. I hope we don't see the use of the fire to destroy totems. But
That would be wasteful.
a little bit. You always get rid of a totem, though.
3, 2, 1, kämpft.
Alright, so as we start on RobKorV, Shotgun and the Heavy are his, which means that the LG and the Mega are Hoshi's. And there will be a fight here at the rocket launcher. Oh, Rob just lost a ton of health to that fire, and Hoshi is just destroying him with that LG. The LG was not enough, but the HMG is. And he finishes the job, but he lets Rob get away with the light armor. Hoshi has no armor whatsoever, and Rob will be making his way to the Heavy. And there is no armor for him to take, so Rob might actually take this one, but Hoshi, with some amazing rockets, gets this frag, and well, the armor that he had picked up early has just spawned, and if he remembers the timings, he can actually even go for the other one.
It was very unfortunate. Rob really should have gotten the refrag there, but the rockets from Hoshi were just amazing, and Rob couldn't return fire as he needed. Hoshi now is really looking for anything that allows him to stack back up without Rob smashing some rockets into his face. And he gets the light, but Rob removes it immediately and removes Hoshi from the map as well. First frag
there
for
goes
the
the light
Dutchman.
and your life.
Yes. Well, as Rob now has control, he is not aware of the heavy timing. Hoshi is, and Hoshi, well, just run past him. He didn't give a shit about Rob's position, and he just went for it, and he got it. And now Hoshi has all the weapons he needs as well, but he drops into Rob's shaft. The shaft is not enough, so, and Hoshi gets his third.
Yeah, and the Hoshi's looking good. Well, not if you keep self-damaging with rockets, but the rockets from above are too good, and already a 3-frag game in under 2 minutes. RobKorV having a tough time, and he walks right into the fire. Gets hit with a hand grenade though, Hoshi, and so he's quite low. But there's a Heavy up there, just waiting to be picked up.
Oh, nice rockets from Rob. Hoshi's damage is not really coming out so far, but now the bounce pad, and Rob survives with 2 HP. The Mega is up to come. I don't think Rob has the timing, and this item will go to Hoshi. Fortunately, Rob survives till now, but Hoshi should be hunting him. And Hoshi's just not turning.
Yeah, Hoshi favoring control at this point, but that also means giving Rob a chance to come back with still this frag. This should absolutely be a 6-2 game, but Hoshi, I think Hoshi wasn't really aware of Rob's HP. Oh, insanely well played from both players there to dodge all of that rocketry. And again, Rob just walks into Hoshi and he gets that fire.
Oh, perfect!
Oh, he kills him just before the Mega. That's absolutely what Rob wanted.
And he gets the light as well. His stack is actually good. The major items are now back up to sync because the fight took so long. But Rob has a fighting chance now. If he gets the other light, which should be up, seeing Hoshi's armor stack. He has a good stack to compete, but now Hoshi gets the opening damage. And the stacks are rather
that is
equal.
amazing shotgun damage. Rob has got to be careful. Even with the totem is shotgunnable.
Oh, and the
very good job at dodging the fire.
Oh, and Rob can steal this item. Just drop Rob.
Heavy.
Oh, but he hammers him with rockets first. Can he steal the item away? He can, and this means he would survive more nails, but Hoshi's not using them. He's just shooting with a shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun OP, as we usually say here, and certainly OP that time. Now Hoshi's got the fire again. He can do another trap at the rocket launcher should he want to. Opts to go for the trap here, doesn't work this time, and Rob gets this one.
And Rob now has a huge
perfect timing
stack.
because the mag is right there.
Oh, and Hoshi's quiet. Rob should have saw him now. But Hoshi steals away the item because Rob chases. Rob bounces him over it actually. And that was an item secure if I've ever seen one.
Rob steals an item after it gets stolen from him. That was insane.
Hoschi did an awful lot of damage with a shotgun there, but still, Rob took the kill and the item. Oh, and a mid-air rocket!
Correct.
This is the rocket
Rob
core
is
we
just
all know
popping
and
up with
love.
these rockets. This is not RobKorV, this is RocketKorV.
But this is Flame Hoschi as well, and he's the barbecue master of this map. He will beat Rob to the item as well, and they deals awful lot of damage with the nail gun. The shotgun adds insult to injury, and Rob is super weak, but he lands the rockets he needs and clutches it out again.
Oh, and that was an amazing use of that totem. You would have died without it. No, Rob doing the perfect play to steal the item, but Hoschi, aware of the item timing, just steals it. And now we have the chance to see some overstack. This is actually exciting. Overstack for the first time in this map. 5 minutes 20 something in. Hoshi's not clearing those totems.
Yeah, but despite landing a direct rocket on that pass Mega, Rob wasn't pretty sure about his opponent's stack and decided to give away the heavy, and now the stacks up rather equal. Hoschi removing 2 totems means that Rob is not going to be able to re-establish that overstack anytime soon. He will be setting up the second totem now somewhere.
Oh no, Rob mistaking the timings of the items, waiting on Mega when the heavy spawns.
Now he has the audio cue. Oh, good rocket. This one's even better. Rocket jumps up into the LG and the flame strike, but the rockets from RobKorV are actually pretty good, but it's not enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hoschi was just too stacked. I understand Rob wanting to go for that fight and tie the game up. You gotta be mindful of your opponent's control. Rob trying to deal some damage, heals himself up with the totem. Knows that Hoschi went for the jump pad, so the Mega should be his. Oh, very well done by Rob, not going through the teleporter, knowing that the fire trap would be right there.
And it's still a
Rob
one-flag game. Mind you.
Yeah. Oh, what a good rocket from Hoschi. Just deletes Rob out of the map. And he spots him. Rob doesn't have any weapons.
But Hoschi only has the rocket launcher. It's not the best weapon to fight from middle to statue. He removes another totem. Rob re-establishes it straight away, though, on a good position for that fight that would have been. And Hoschi now finally grabs himself the lightning gun. Rob should be able to cycle some weapons and even set up for the heavy, because he knows where Hoschi is, but he decides to chase, lands a good rocket. The follow-up is not
He
hitting.
still has position on him.
Yeah, and
Not
he's
a
locking him
four.
up at the boneyard, basically. Oh, the rocket missed by the foot. This one is not a miss, and Rob's jumping around the corner with the lightning gun and frying the German. One frag game. And well, the Mega's up, but Rob did not. Oh, and Rob is mistiming it again, and he will run into his opponent. Just take the item. Oh, and he's got shot mid-air.
Right there, and Hoshi's the one who ends up picking it up. And even defending this light armor, not defending it well enough, as Rob just cruises right by, but deals a lot of fire damage. Rob had to be careful, he had to retreat. And Rob's nowhere near the heavy at this point. He hasn't been near the Mega for the heavy for the past 5 minutes or so. That means that Hoschi has an easier time being in control.
Yes, Rob, despite getting the Mega, his stack is not looking too good. And a direct rocket removes what's left. Rob had lost all the armor before the fight even really started, and that was just shooting fish in a barrel at that point for Hoschi, who bumped his head on the ceiling. Nonetheless.
He's gonna have some bruises in the morning.
Yeah, feeling like a bit hungover maybe? Who knows?
Yeah, these two need marriage counseling for sure. But there's another fight for Mega. Rob this time is the one who ends up getting it. Waiting for the fire to expire, always a good play. You don't want to give that damage away. The totem by Banana is still up, should be destroyed now. Oh, Hoschi takes that damage. The Rob timing the heavy a little bit here, delaying it.
Oh, nice.
The rockets from the Dutchman. He might actually even be able He gets the next frag. He gives a position on the head.
Oh, that was a
Mega.
great bait from Rob. Baiting Hoschi in
Oh,
and
the
tying
guy's
the
picking him up
game.
again.
Good rocket jump from Rob, saving the burning. But Hoschi is pushing right away. Good rocket from Rob. 100 damage. Rob can refrag this. But Rob does not push them
Too
heavy.
late now. He still might be able to. He's got rockets in hand. Should know where Hoschi is. But
And he
Hoshi's
can't
got
push him, he can't push him, he now has to. That Hoshi's rockets are just dealing more damage. The Mega just saves Rob in time and Rob finishes it off. Starting shotgun for the win and Rob with another last second comeback. He's a boomerang,
This
that
time they
guy.
do go to overtime.
Oh, and Rob the
Rob
direct.
gets the frag. Again, a one frag game heading into overtime. Rob is a madman of just clutching these games.
How is he doing it all the time?
He's not even playing clutch. Over 3,500 rock damage from the Dutchman.
And Rob is just not stopping with the rockets.
Yeah, he seems to have forgotten the troubles that the enemy scores gave him. He's just flying up there.
Yeah, and this brings it for the last map. Now, I mean, Rob has secured this series, but after the last series, he definitely wants this 3-0. And Hoschi, after losing the first two maps with such a heartbreak, he definitely does not want to go this 3-0. So the last map will actually be quite...
Yeah,
Oh, 4-4.
there are still points out there to be won and lost.
Yes, okay, so...
Let's see if we get the reverse this time. Rob starting off really well and Hoschi being the one to put up the comeback.
Yeah. Or maybe we just get a full reverse. And Rob dominates the early stages, but Hoschi just runs him over after.
Yeah, that would be quite weird, but there's always the possibility. Hoschi now with a big boy, with scale bearer.
Whew. Yeah, Tenzo on the German stream right now is compiling the highlights. That should give us the time to talk something for the next picks and
Yep.
maps. Last map and picks. This is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I know English is hard.
Yes.
Alright, so scale bearer versus BJ and Awoken. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, both are not picks that you necessarily see every day of the week on Awoken. Nonetheless, they are still quite strong, and I think that with being in the right position, the dual wield from the BJ will, rain terror on such a big target like the scale bearer is. But on the other hand, if the positioning is a
Too
little
well
bit
chased.
off, the pain train is just not going to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta put on those brakes with the double LG sometimes. But I have a feeling Rob is gonna want to do the double rockets instead. It's gonna be an intense one again. I don't think BJ's passive is gonna come into play too much here. I don't think that'll be that much time.
Yeah, I think that the Scale Bearer is definitely not looking for these short engagements, which the BJ is actually favoring, because then his passive kicks in and he basically returns with more stack without having to do anything for it. Although be it only a maximum of 25 HP. But with a little bit of armor, those HP can go a long way.
It absolutely goes a long way, especially when you're between 25 and 50. It can go a long way towards not being railable. With one light armor and waiting a little bit to get to the 50, yeah, it goes a huge way. But if this map is as action-packed as the last one, I think both players will fight to death all the time.
I mean, so far we have seen a total of 50 frags across 2 maps. So if the trend continues, we will see 75 across the whole series.
Yeah, we've seen 50 frags in 2 maps already.
Yeah, but I'm very curious to see, because I'm not seeing a lot of Scale Bearers in the lower leagues, if you want to say so. Because he requires some positioning, and yeah.
Yeah, it does require a lot of position, and requires also the knowing how to make those traps work. Because if you fail those traps, then they're just a running target.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. And now, as we are just going to load into the last map, what's your call for this, Jones?
I think Rob is going to win this one again. It's tough going against my Scale Bearer, but I like BJ a little bit better. I don't think Awoken is the map for BJ as well. There isn't a lot of good areas to use the Bull Rush.
Yeah, that's a similar thought that I have concerning this matchup. But on the other hand, just spawning with those 100 armors it can be so overwhelming. And Scale Bearer is a fast guy, so he can actually use this spawn stack to a big advantage. Rob is practicing some jumps.
Bereit machen
Yeah,
zum
always.
Kampf. Runde beginnt in 3, 2, 1, kämpfen.
Alright, and as we start, Rob at Banana and Hoschi at Railgun.
Oh, and Hoshi's not... When you have this spawn, you can push the Mega and then get both items. Because if Rob did what he did, he has no chance of actually getting away with it. And since you have the Bull Rush, you're not even taking damage.
I will lead the way.
Oh, the rockets from Hoschi are so strong. Took it. Oh, and again another engagement. This time the shotgun prevails.
Yeah,
And we have won one game before the items.
it was quite good tracking from Hoschi. He did 150 damage somewhat in this engagement and hit a lot of LG, but nonetheless Rob came out on top of it because, let's be honest, Scale is not a thin boy and the shotgun will hit more than less pellets any day of the week in this close proximity fight.
Absolutely.
Oh, and he knows where he is. A little self-rocket, and this one doesn't hit. The railgun doesn't hit as well. And Hoschi drops, and he goes up again. This one... Oh, this is not a good fight, Rob. Oh, and Hoschi gets both items now, because Rob has no point to... no stack to actually compete. He should be looking for some exit damage. This should have given him an estimation. Oh, great use of the dual wield! And the Matador almost gets away with it.
Führung verloren.
No, he goes at the jump pad. He could have gone through HMG and he could have escaped, but decides to go for the ultimate aggression. And ultimately gives up his life, possibly for nothing. Oh, the rail from Hoschi finishes the deal, and still has that mega to pick up, so he's looking sharp.
Yeah, and the heavy as well, and he's delaying it a little more to make it more comfortable for him to rotate next. Yeah, next rotation. I think Rob overestimated his damage a little bit. He was hitting a lot with the dual wield, but the bull rush mitigating 2/3 of the damage, resulting in 4 damage per tick, which is basically doing the LG around 90 damage per second instead of 125.
It deals 2 damage per tick, not 4.
Yes, but he had dual wield. So it's 2
Yeah,
times 4.
sorry. So yeah, it's 4 damage per tick without the dual wield.
Exactly, and yeah, despite getting this, Rob got the mega, but Rob did not get the heavy, and Rob has not seen a heavy this game.
Yeah, he might have forgotten the taste of heavy already, and he gives up position in the mega.
Oh, he wants the heavy so bad, and he runs into the fully stacked bull.
Too late.
Yeah. And this is why
that was a bit of a blunder from Rob.
And this is why you don't do bullfights. Not only because it's cruelty to animals, but he will take you on his horns.
Yeah, please don't, as my country is one of the premier countries for bullfighting. But
Rob.
see, Rob doing a good job on those pillars, staying alive. But,
And
I don't know about fighting with that stack anyway. And Hoschi, very well done with the bull rush. Doesn't want Rob to even see the light of day here. Pick up an item. So Rob will have to do with the poverty items. I think he'll do just fine.
Yeah, I mean, living and getting small stuff is better than dying and getting nothing. At this point.
Absolutely. Yeah, he can live with that, absolutely.
Yeah, Rob now is just trying to get an opening, and he gets an opening with the dual wield, but Hoshi's LG is not missing a tick. He hit every single cell, and he takes him on the horns again and finishes it off with a rocket for some sweet bounty hunting barbecue. I bet there is something like this in the world. Oh, and Hoschi. He has had enough of Rob's comebacks, and he's making the lead as big as possible right now. 2 beautiful rails.
Oh, this might be another one.
Oh, the direct from Rob!
But Hoshi's just locking the map down, getting item after item. Nothing that Rob can do here, and even that light, that bubble might even prove to be too much, and another rail. This might be it. Oh, and we see the bull rush. Just kill Rob right there. A little bit of a blunder with the weapon pickup, but weapon selection. But Hoschi is still on the driver's seat.
And it's quite a big seat because the paint train is rolling, and he's rolling at high speed right now. Hoschi is... He's just hitting what he needs to hit, and there we go, just as I say, it goes around the corner, hits the rail, and the follow-up as well.
Yeah, not just hitting when he needs to hit, but he's also making the items pay off. He's not afraid to commit when he's got the largest stack. That's absolutely paying off for Rob again. Rob is just charging in fight after fight, but also losing all of them.
Oh, we see Hoschi miss a rail for once. Oh, and Rob, he doubles back, but he had no stack to do this. Just the running speed and the passive of Scale Barrel would have killed him at this point. He gets the item, lands a rail, but nothing much after that, and Hoshi's just, yeah, having the better position, and
yeah,
fortunately for Rob
that
could
heavy,
not capitalize.
That heavy absolutely tasted like dessert for Rob. Oh, Rob peppering him with the nails! Oh, and he tried the cheeky bull rush, but it just doesn't work. Well, Rob needs 10 frags here. Hoschi should be able to get this one. The LG, though, amazing from Rob, dual wielding as well.
Yeah, and Hoschi hit him with the gauntlet there.
Bit of a lifeline, but now all Hoschi needs to do is just not commit anything.
Good LG from Rob. Oh, even better, LG. The rockets are missing. There you go.
The first rocket missed, the second one hit, and
And the questions of the question. Will we see a comeback again? Hoschi has 12
this
frags.
one ends 13 to 12 again. It's gonna go nuts over here. Fantastic series we're seeing so far, but this might prove to be the lead that's just too big. No, Rob dies, so it won't be 12 to 13 for Rob at least.
Hoschi secured that.
Yeah, he earned it. He's been playing amazing with this map. Not this time though, as the bull rush fails and he's stuck looking against the wall. And the rockets are above from Rob to do the trick, but he's low himself. That heavy goes a long way though. He's gonna be aggressive here on the rockets, trying to defend them. The rockets are fantastic though. And they secure him, not just the rocket launcher, but they secure him the mega as well.
And Rob just showed his bouncer qualities here. Throwing Hoschi through the club and then out of the club. But yeah, pushing around that corner in Banana can't drop an awful lot of HP. And despite hitting a rail, he has 1 HP and he re-peaks. Because the man has balls of steel and he hits another rail. Hoschi now is railable. But Rob leaves position expecting Hoschi to rotate to Banana. But Hoshi's just not there. He's at railgun and stacking up there. Oh, he heard him. Activated the dual wield because he was suspecting a push of Hoschi, but Hoschi just, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna lose this one again. And with 2.5 minutes left, yeah, we can understand that you're...
Oh, she's setting up a trap. The trap doesn't work, but the bull rush does. But it's not enough. But Rob is low at least, so he can absolutely work with that. But Rob still low on HP. Commits way too much for this one. He might die from the starting machine gun, and he does. And if the game wasn't over before, it certainly is now. Hoschi might even just go AFK, then he might win. 1 minute for 7 frags might be a little bit too much even for the comeback king.
Yeah, and I mean, even before losing the 14th frag, Rob had kind of not much choice in other than taking any fight when he sees the enemy fight and just hope that he will win. If he really wants to win this 3-0. But it's not going to be, and Hoschi even gets the mega health. Oh, but Rob, the master of the rockets!
Yeah, the Rob can chase, not with 25 HP, but now he's got at least a non-railable stack.
Yeah, scratch that from the books.
Oh,
and Hoschi missed the heavy twice!
Oh, she's surviving with 4 HP. That's
Imagine.
awesome. He gets both items.
And he almost suicided by shooting a nail at his foot. But it's
Oh,
Hoshi's
and he
map.
ended up with the gauntlet, not a frag, but the gauntlet hit.
Make that 2.
Yeah, 2 hits in total throughout this game, and that was an amazing series overall. Rob was a little bit out this time, but the previous 2 maps were just something to behold.